What's poppin', people? This is your boy Favorite Johnson, real estate digital marketing expert. In this video, I have the one and only Otis Wellborn. This man is a real estate god. He is a real estate agent god. He is killing it right now. Matter of fact, I'll put a clip right here so you can actually see how he was featured in, what's it called? The American Dream. Here you go.
That well-born experience. Yeah, it's that well-born experience. That well-born experience. Experience.
Hey, Otis.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you again.
Oh, good to see you. My goodness. This is beautiful.
Telling us some tips for home buying in the spring and summer months. Otis, welcome.
Chase, how we doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing excellent here in Cincinnati. What's going on in your area?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying some warm weather.
What's up, people? This is your boy Favorite Johnson, digital marketer. I have the one and only Mr. Otis Wellborn. He is an amazing fella, an amazing real estate agent, killing it right now with the industry. And he gave me this one and only opportunity to interview him, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you so much, Otis, for coming on this interview. I really appreciate it, man. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people out there?
Favorite, first and foremost, man, my pleasure. Definitely a pleasure to, have an interview with you. It's an honor, man. Otis Wellborn here, real estate agent here in Cincinnati, Ohio, here at Keller Williams Associate Partners. We're located on the outskirts of Cincinnati in the city called Liberty Township. And I've pretty much been a real estate agent, just crossed my third year mark. So I'm headed to my fourth year now. So we're doing really good.
Nice, man. Nice. So Otis, what made you decide to get into real estate?
You know what? Ironically, man, I was in college and I was thinking about, I wanted to do something different. I was in law enforcement for about 11 years. And I just decided, I need to use my talents elsewhere. And at the time, my wife was like, hey, I think you should do real estate. I said, you know what? You're right. I think so. So I prayed about it, and I felt like God gave me the sign, man. And it's just been just an absolute dream come true. Got into real estate and just totally hit the ground running.
Nice, man. So before you took that step, leaving law enforcement into real estate, I mean, it's like you're leaving a job where you're guaranteed a paycheck into a place where
Right.
you have to, if you don't work it, you don't get paid. How did you feel taking that step? What was your mind telling you? Were you afraid? Were you bold? Were you confident?
To be honest with you, it was a faith walk. It was a faith walk. I'm deep in my faith as far as believing in God. And I simply asked God for a sign. And I felt like the night before I met with the brokers that I started to work with, I felt like God gave me a sign. And it was confirmed like the very next day. So once I got that confirmation, man, there was no looking back. How can you not, how can you doubt God? Doubt, if God tells you go, you just go. No questions asked. Sometimes, I don't want to seem like I'm preaching or anything, but, it's about walking by faith and not by sight, man. It was a total faith move for me. And once I got the sign, I just went with it. It was definitely nerve-wracking because I thought, I am leaving a guaranteed paycheck type of job. I've been in this job over 10 years. It's going to be a big step, and then you have close family members that are like, what? You're going to do what? A commission-only job? So it was a faith walk, man, and I'm glad I did it, and it's been great.
Nice, man. So how long has it been now since you have started your real estate journey?
Okay, so I got my license back in September of 2016.
Nice.
So, yep, September of 2016. It took me about 2 months to get my first deal. And after that, it was just, I got a rush from it, and it was something about it. I was like, man, this is kind of cool. I get to help people. You get that rewarding experience. And then I start branding myself. Speaking of experience, my brand is called the Wellborn Experience. And, I pride myself in making sure that people, clients have a 150% pure satisfaction, of their experience. I want it to be like fully great. And that's what the Wellborn experience is. I tell people, the Wellborn experience is the red carpet treatment of real estate. I want you to feel comfortable and confident throughout the whole process. When you're on a red carpet, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you want everybody to look at you, you're full of confidence. And I want my clients to have that same type of confidence when working with me, knowing that I'm going to help them get to the closing table, knowing that I'm going to do all the things that I can behind the scenes to make that work.
So Otis, I have a question, right? So as a real estate agent, do you think selling a house is more about having a sales process and being a salesman, or is it more about building a personal relationship with your clients?
Yeah, I mean, it is a transaction, but I'm big on building relationships because I feel like it's like going to your doctor. You go to a doctor for the first time, you get a good feel for him. You're like, you know what? All right, cool. I like that doctor. I'm going to go back. And we as consumers, every day we go to the same restaurant, or we might order the same meal because we get that satisfaction every time we go. So with me, I want it to be about building relationships. Personally, 99% of my deals this year have been all referral based. So I feel like in order to have a business that successful, where it's 99% of all referrals, you have to build relationships with people.
All right. So what do you think it is that keeps people like stuck at a level? Like I'm pretty sure there are agents who come in and maybe for like 2 years they're still trying to land their maybe second, third deal. What is that thing that keeps them just? Is it lack of hard work? Is it they're not hungry enough? Is it they're giving the wrong energy to the world?
You know what? It could be a combination of a lot of things. Number one, everyone is different, so you may come into real estate and I'm in real estate, but we may have two different niches. Maybe you focus on the REO homes. Maybe I'm going to focus on new construction. Maybe the next person is going to focus on, just doing resale of, ordinary homes. And then you have to, figure out as an agent what particular, client do you want to go after. I in particular work with anybody. I don't necessarily feel like I have a straight cut and dry type of customer, excuse me, that I'm going after. I'll work with anybody. I've sold homes as less as maybe 10 grand up to over 300,000. If you dealt with, a multi-million-dollar commercial building of some sort. So I think one of the biggest problems that new agents have is they can't figure out what they want to do, what they want to go after. And sometimes you overthink it. I mean, to be honest, I think over 50 or 60% of this job, maybe even 80%, is all personality. It's all about connecting with people. I've been successful because I go out and I network with people. I network via social media. I network at events, even if it means that I need to travel and go meet other agents. Meet individuals like yourself. We met through networking, pretty much. So, I mean, that's how it is. It's about networking with other people, figuring out what you want to do, what you want to target, and not overthink it. That's what it really is to me, and then it's one of the things, like sometimes newer agents are like, how do I start? Just simply start with the people that you know. You don't necessarily have to call everybody and knock on their door and say, hey, like you're a carpet salesman or something, like, hey, I sell vacuums now, right? Can you do business with me? No, it's more like just being a resource. Reach out to those people and say, hey, I'm a real estate professional. If you know anyone that could benefit from my services, send them my way. And simply be that. And then use other platforms like social media to get that message out there. And then eventually, people are always watching. And I felt like my friends and family didn't necessarily work with me right away until they saw me have success with other people. 95% of my business my first year were people I did not know. And then I felt like once people start seeing that, then that's when they reached out to me and they said, hey, you're really doing your thing, man. You seem like you're a great resource. You know what you're talking about. Let's work together. So I think that's really it, man. It's just really figuring out, who you want to target, what specifically your niche is, where you like to work, how far are you willing to sacrifice? Because you got to work a lot of hours. I don't have set hours. My hours are sometimes long, sometimes they're short. It just depends. So hopefully in that long answer, you got some nuggets there. I mean, I think that's really it, man. Just, I would tell new agents, don't overthink it. Keep it simple. Network. Don't be afraid to talk to people. You could be on a bus, a train, a plane. I give everybody business cards. I don't care where we are. We can be at a restaurant. I'm putting a business card in that tab when it's over with.
There you go.
You never know. You never know, man.
I like that.
Never know.
So Otis, I don't know if you've heard this term before. Success breeds complacity, and complacity breeds failure, right? So if somebody is, let's say there's a real estate agent who's watching this video right now, and then he or she gets so much value, right? And in the next 2 years, he becomes so successful, he's making a ton of money every month. But then he looks at his bank account and he sees a lot of money. How does a person controls his mind and his brain to not let the money make him slow down, but rather make him go faster, stronger, and be more hungry?
Sure. Number one, be humble. Be humble. That's it. Number one, be humble. Because in this type of market, right now the market's hot. But are you going to still have that same energy when the market goes cold? Do you have the tools within your mind to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do to be successful? Just be humble. Number two, you can never have enough money. You just never know. If the market crashed and if you got $100K in your bank account right now and you're thinking, oh, I can just chill for the rest of the year. That's not true. Maybe something might come up. You might have a situation or what have you. I don't know. Things happen. So you always want to be prepared. You always want to work like there's other things coming up. You just want to always, maybe you want to invest. Maybe you want to put money away for more marketing later, whatever the case may be. But you can never have enough money to where you're just sitting back saying, I don't want to work. At least in my mind anyway. I'm hungry. I work year round. I've shown homes on holidays. I sold my biggest house on a holiday. So while you were eating, Thanksgiving turkey, I was out showing a house. The guy was like, I pay cash. And I said, okay, I'll be there. So yeah, I'm serious. That's one of my secrets. When everybody's partying, I'm working. When you're at this holiday party or this and that, I'm working. When it's cold outside and it's, temperatures are, wind chill, whatever, everybody's like, nah, I'm going to cancel till tomorrow. Nope, I'm working. As long as it's safe to drive or wherever I need to go, I work. I get it done. I'll do what most people won't do.
Wow.
And that's including, driving as far as 45 minutes each direction within, my area where I live. So got to get it done, man. Got to get it done.
So I like when you mentioned about the market crashing, right? Which actually triggered a question in my head. So
Sure.
The market crashes, right? So would you say real estate is for any and everybody that can possibly get into it? Because right now, like you say, the market is booming. So potentially people who come in can most likely make money. But when the market crash, this is when the men are separated from the boys and the women are separated from the girls. So would you say real estate is for everybody, or there's a special, for lack of a better word, calling for, the winning agents?
You know what? I like that calling. Everybody has a calling. I truly believe that, and everybody has a purpose. But it's like the NBA. Everybody plays ball, but everybody doesn't make it to the league. And even when the guys that make it to the league, some guys still don't get a lot of playing time. So that doesn't mean that they're not professional. They're most certainly professional, but they just may not play the whole game. And my point is, in our industry, there's 100% of agents. I think here in the Cincinnati area, we have about 5,000 agents. About 80% of those agents are mostly part-time. Okay, so the other 20% are people like myself that work full-time. And we're the ones that you'll likely see when it crashes. You know, it's a hard industry. Not many agents last beyond 3 to 5 years. But some people drop out their first year. I've just been truly blessed, you know, and have enough people to, you know, believe in me to keep this thing going.
I like that. So Otis, so there's a special somebody at home watching this video right now, right? Maybe he or she is feeling really nervous. She wants to get into real estate. She wants to be an agent. She wants to help people find their dream homes, you know, but she is nervous. What is the step-by-step guide for her to go from getting off the couch, stop watching TV, get out there, get your license, close your first deal, get 6 figures? What is that step like?
It's as cliche as it sounds. Number one, they need to believe in themselves. They have to tell themselves before they get off that couch that I am going to be successful. It's like saying an affirmation to themselves. I am going to be successful. I am going to sell homes. I am going to accomplish goals. And right off the bat, tell yourself, no one can tell you what you cannot do. And that's been my story. I felt like I've always kind of been the underdog throughout my career. My first brokerage, I had a manager, and I never forget, he set us all down. He said, hey, you know, what's your goals your first year? And I was like, I'm going to sell 50 houses my first year. And he kind of rolled his eyes, just like 50 houses. Like, really? Don't you think you kind of overshooting it? And I was like, no. Needless to say, I sold 38. He would have never thought I was going to sell 38 my first year, because you know, if I'm speaking negative into your situation, then how am I helping you as an upcoming agent? You know, if I'm running the office and you come in and you say, hey, you know, Otis, I want to sell 50 houses in my first year. Okay, Favor, great. Let's sit down. Let's put a game plan together. I believe in your vision. If you want to sell 50 houses, let's do it. But first, I got to get you to believe in you before you believe in anybody else. You have to believe in yourself. My thought process, I'm going to believe in my brand regardless of anybody believes in my brand or not. My brand is the Wellborn experience. You'll see I am myself more than anything, because it doesn't matter where I go as long as you know my brand, you know I'm good. You know, as far as like marketing myself. So, number one, tell yourself you will be successful. Number two, believe in yourself. Number three, never let anyone tell you that you can't do or accomplish what you're trying to do. And most importantly, man, just stay focused. Migrate and surround yourself with people that want to win, people that want to see you win. That's important. You know, what's the use of coming to the office and shooting the breeze and not getting nothing accomplished? No, I want to sit around and talk to the people that are making things happen. What are they doing to make things move and shake around here? Be a sponge, absorb that information, get out and meet people. Maybe ask a top agent, hey, can I ride around with you a couple times? Or can I just shadow you on a listing appointment? You know, you want to get those important tools that's going to make you very, 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 very successful. So those are my, you know, my ideas of what that person should do if they're on the fence about like, hey, you know, I'm a little nervous. Be confident. Be confident in yourself. Okay. Always believe in yourself. Never let anyone, you know, feed you doubts. That's terrible. Just don't even believe in you. Believe in you and get it accomplished. And if you can't, come around someone like myself or someone else that's a resource in the office that's willing to help you.
Nice, man. That's, whew, I was getting chills as you were saying all of that, man. That's
cool, man.
That's awesome. So there are people, there we have it, man. That's, you heard it from one of the only Otis Wellborn, the marvelous, beautiful, strong, relentless real estate agent in Cincinnati, Ohio. You have heard his value nuggets dropped in this video. And if you have any questions about real estate, you can reach him. I will add his Facebook information in the link below. If you're looking for a home as well to purchase, I will add his information in the link below so you can contact him. If you're an agent and you want to ask personal questions from him, I will add his link below so you can contact him. So yeah, guys, please have a great day and